Hello, hello, hello. Good morning, Brioni. Hi, Sue. You're pictureless again. You got no picture. How can we help you? I don't know. How can you help me? Get off of my screen, please. Thank you kindly. Who's asking if I need help? What the heck? Whatever. Very strange. Hi, Cheryl. Hi, Treese. Hi, Mac. Hi, Mary Sharkey. Hello, Miss Edie. Hi, Lori. Hi, Sandy Kling. Hi, Sheila. She said she's got her patch off now, so she was able to see comments yesterday. So that's always a good thing. That's always a good thing. Now I have all kinds of stuff on my screen over here. What is the book doing? I mean, not the book, StreamYard. Hi, Helen. So strange, y'all. So strange. I wish it would come off, though. Can I hit that? Let me see. I don't want to hit too many things over here because, next thing you know, it'll go off or something. Anyways. Hi, Vicky. How is it? So, speaking of, now my phone is saying, hi, Vicky. What on earth? So, story time. Hi, Joy. Oh, I don't remember my dad doing eye drops, but he didn't live with me, so he probably did. But ooh, hi, Laveda, thank you for sprinkling. Hi, Teresa Cherry, thank you for sprinkling. I appreciate that so very much when you guys do that. Also, if you guys can do me a favor and check to make sure that you're still following me, that would be most appreciated because I lost a ton of you over the last few days, and I just keep forgetting to say something. But if you can make sure you're still following me, but more importantly, can you just make sure you're following me on YouTube? Because really, seriously, honestly, you will like it better over there if you just give it a chance. I know we get we get comfortable with what we do and we don't like change, but honestly, if you go over to the YouTubes, you'll probably like it and enjoy it much more. Hi, Carol. Hi, Jeanette. So the Troy boy just got some new earbuds. He just got a new phone case. So he should not be messing with me. Okay, so story time. I have something to tell you. So I don't know if you guys will remember this bottle that I did, but it was orange. It had black Harlequin on the back, stenciled, but on the front it had the LeBlanc door, and it opened up to Teresa's crow. Okay. On the top of that, I had put a rose. It was a drawer pull, a drawer knob from Hobby Lobby, and it was either pink or red, whatever the color was. I had painted it like a gold color, and it was really pretty. It was an amazing bottle. I loved the bottle. Hi, Sandy, went over to YouTube. Anyways, I loved the bottle. Loved it, right? I don't know if you guys have ever noticed, but I've never auctioned it off. I was thankfully I took a picture of it, but after that, it kind of disappeared. Well, it broke. It got broken. And I'm on hard floor down here. There's no carpet, okay? It got broken. And it really, I was just like one of those when you see it smashed on the floor, you go, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. You can't get rid of me. I don't want to get rid of you, Mac. Hi, Cindy Truitt. Okay, so y'all remember the little bottle we just did with the pink and black Harlequin, with the LeBlanc heart, with the little crown on the heart. Cute. I was like, oh my God, the Harlequin. It looks like Funhouse mirror. Oh my God. No, right? That bottle, the orange bottle, that topper, was the topper I wanted to use for this bottle. So I actually had Nick cut off more of the screw, the drawer pull, cut it off so I could put it in the bottle. I don't know if you noticed, but it's been sitting right here. Troy broke that bottle today. Smashed all over the floor. Oh, hi, Miss Edie. Smashed all over the floor. Actually, Troy was over here and I was over there. It gave me like a nervous breakdown because Troy immediately tried to get down on his knees. I was in the living room. I heard a big crash. I was in the living room. I came running over here. Immediately, he was trying to get on his knees to pick up the bottle. But this was not like a tempered glass. It was glass and broke everywhere. I picked that thing up and threw it in the trash. Y'all, I think that rose had juju. What are the chances that 2 bottles that had that topper, nothing else, oddly enough, because it looks really crazy back here right now, but nothing else has ever fallen and broken from here. Nothing else but those 2 things with that same topper. So that topper is in the garbage. That's what I think about that. Poor Troy, though. He really made me have a nervous breakdown because right when I rounded the corner, he was holding right here to get down on his hands and knees and about to grab the bottle. And I'm like, no, put it down. Hi, Jill. Good evening. You should send it as Happy Mail to Hi, Luann. Hi, Cindy. Hi, John. Right? Gosh. Okay, I have some new stuff to show you from Posh Chalk WoodUBend. I'll show you guys this step. And the thing is that I have a lot of those roses, like the big roses, medium, and the smaller ones. But, you know, that one, I was like, no, I'm not even going to save it. I'm throwing it in the trash. No. Okay, so I got a ton of Would You Woo in the mail. A ton of it. They have some new stencils. So I'm going to show you. We really need to get these folks to put, oh, okay. This one is called Ripples. So this one is called Ripples. Y'all know you can use my, if you guys, I'm going to tell you guys there's a lot, well, at least when I ordered, there were a ton of sales. So if you use my link, I would appreciate it. Because if you just try to use my discount code, it doesn't stack on top of sales. And so if you don't go in through my link, it won't even show that like I referred you. So this one is called Ripples. This one is called Leafy Palms. Leafy Palms. Okay, now these next 3 are my jam. Okay. So this one is actually Delicate Trellis. Look at this. I like that. You can even just use like the 1 row, which I think we might do. What do you mean, like the bad luck thing, Luann? Or, hi, Betty? Or, because that little bottle was not tempered glass. Like, it shattered. And there was little shards of glass everywhere. And it was not nice at all. So, this one is called, like I said, this one is called Delicate Trellis. This one is called Distressed Damask. Look at that. So we've got some of the, like the wood, the brick wood, the brick, and then like some like distressings here, and then the damask here in the middle. It actually, you probably can't see it, but they're bigger. They go down. So that one, I like that one. Now this one I think is super pretty. This one is called Chandelier. Look at that. chandelier. Wooden bricks. Wood. So, yeah, okay, 7 years. Yeah, no. We don't need to break any mirrors around here, please. Thank you, kindly. So, look at that. That's super pretty. So, that one's called chandelier. So, now, on my desk, I've got a lot of WoodUBend. Lot of WoodUBend. Lot of WoodUBend. So, let's, and a lot of it for me is just restock. So, we'll just go through it really quickly. Because I don't know what we're going to do today, because I was trying to make littles for Saturday's auction, y'all, but now I'm minus little. I'm minus the little. The other side looks like wood. Oh, I guess it could, right? It could look like a wood plank, right? It could look like it could look like, see, Max got my back. You see that? You see that? Okay. So you guys see there's a whole mess of WoodUBend. Where's Ashley at? So obviously, hi Kate, it's WoodUBend. Ashley didn't know what the WoodUBend was, and she kept calling it would you. So now I call it WoodUBend. Okay, so most of the trims do come 2-packed. Some of the larger ones, like my favorite, this one does not, and like this one. But so we have just a restock 701, and then this always reminds me of like the beach, like waves. 747, and then you guys know I love 725. We got some more of the frames, 2162. These are always just fun. This one is the Chris Hunter. I actually was out of this, and I quite like using this. It's just, I don't know. It's got like just the perfect amount of, stuff going on. So this one is the Chris Hunter collab 729. This one, 2162, is a frame. We're going to go through these fast because you guys don't want to just see all of these. So, I just got, some trims. You guys, you can break these. They don't have to just be used as one piece. Hi, Tanya. So, we have some of these. And then these I have never had before. These are 2102. But when I see this, I see a bunch of different pieces. I don't see just having to use it all as one. So this one is actually new to me, and these corners are new to me. You guys know that big arch, not that these are going to be on that, but the big arch canvases that Brioni had sent me from Australia. I want to do something with those, but I needed some bigger pieces. So I have the smaller of this, which is, did I get it? I actually didn't get it, but this one is the big Mamma Jamma. Good Lord, can y'all see that code? Because I can't. It looks like it says 1864.46. I've never seen a code like that before. But look at how big that is. So, I don't know. It might handle curving that canvas top, but if not, it will definitely look killer at the bottom, I think. These I just love. They're cool, just whatevers. They're straight. They're not like, like the corner pieces like this. This is 6093. This is 2118. And then you guys know I love this piece. We just used this piece on that shelf. 2117, 1667. We had to get some more of our little cutie patooties. 1186. And then these I just like for kind of like our filler pieces whenever we're doing like, I don't know, anything. Again, I have cut this one down to so many different. I've used just that piece in between there. And then, you know, you can use that piece for actually like a corner. So, you know, just need to restock. You see them as brackets for shelves. Oh, man. I don't even know which one that was, Mac. Okay, so for today, I don't know what I wanted to work on today. So I had pulled out a couple of different things. You guys know I love doing these little like brush organizer things. This one threw me off because the wood that they used for this is not the same wood that I'm used to. It's actually very, I don't know. It's not smooth down at all. Like they didn't sand it at all. I don't know if they do, but it was very, I mean, like the staples, very evident what's going on. And then I also, if you can't tell, I felt like doing some wood today. I also brought out the, you know, the good old tissue box, glove box, wipe box, whatever you want to put in here kind of box. I have several of these on my desk. I have one for my gloves, one for my baby wipes. So, oh my gosh, there's Ashley. Ashley, you missed all the wood-you-woo that I just showed. I showed like a whole heaping mound of wood-you-woo. My eye will not stop leaking, y'all. So what do you guys prefer? Should we do the organizer or should we do the tissue glove wipe box? What? Pick your poison. What's your poison? My internet is acting a fool today. Y'all, Ashley has not messaged me in the morning for like 3 or 4 days. I feel lost. Hi, Kathy Dean. Okay, Kathy Dean. Did you think of me when you were eating barbecue last night? Because my ear was ringing. I'm spinning now. Oh, Lordy be. Y'all so helpful. You're so helpful. Tissue box, tissue box, tissue box. Organizer, organizer, organizer. Tissue box. Y'all are so helpful. I just love all the help y'all give me all the time. Tissue box. All right, I guess y'all. Tissue, tissue, tissue. Organizer, organizer. Brush, I think was this. Tissue. 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 All right. We're going tissue, Troy. Oh, because this one is one of those that if you put your phone in, it holds it captive so that you can't change. Baby, are you in here? Nick? Yeah, I'm gonna break a finger trying to get this in there. Hold on a minute. Okay, so we have some options, right? I'm thinking we're going to put the wood-you-woo on here. How come you didn't give this to your Uncle Nick when he was sitting at the table, bug? Huh? And you know doggone well, as soon as I put your phone in here and hold it captive, you're going to want it out, right? Oh, man. What a bright idea you had, Mom. Such a great idea. What a great phone case you got your son, Mom. You really used your brain on that one. Sorry. Uno momento, por favor. We'll get back to the regular scheduled programming once we're done with Troy Boy. You know how that goes. He will not be ignored. There you are, my love. Okay, that was a miracle. All right, so I think what I want to do, we're going to definitely put some wood-you-woo on here. But I don't know that I want... Oh, Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. Remember my Garden Whimsy that I have not used? Can we put my Garden Whimsy on the top and then put Would You Woo all the way around it? Look at that. Why couldn't we get some of the script or none of the script? I never foiled molds either, so we'll see how I feel. I sure did, and talked about you too, and thought of you when I finished it for I love me some Kathy. Oh, she said I sure did, and today too when I finished it. Okay, so we are going to put my Garden Whimsy on the top. If we need to add some of the, because y'all, we need to show some yellow. We need to show the yellow some love, right? If we need to add some yellow bliss, we can. Okay, this is gonna drive me nuts. Now on the sides, there is a little indent that's happening right here, which, you know, who knows what the Hoblobs does when they send me things. So, what kind of trim? Ow! Oh! I really hate this corner. Those are just a little short, but we could make those work on the ends. And then, could we make like a really cool something something with the would you? With the would you? I don't know. Or maybe we don't even need to do all that. Hold on. I don't want to dig into my my box that's over here, so I don't want to dig in through all of that. So let's look at the stuff that I just got and see. Oh, also, don't forget we got, oh, look at that, y'all. We can cut off the tip of that and just do like a little angle thing and maybe do like some yellow bliss on here. Phyllis, did I say hi to you? Because I feel like I didn't. I'm so sorry. Okay, what do you guys think about that? That one would fit. What if we cut this just to have a little bit of something something on there, and then we do some yellow bliss transfer, like a couple of little flowers here and there, and then we do the My Garden Whimsy at the top, do the same thing on the back. Ashley said no, too big. Really? You think it's too big? Just for a little like something something? Ashley don't like it. I don't want to just do something smack dab in the middle. That's sad looking. Is this the same piece? Yeah, it is. Ashley didn't like my idea. What about the corner ones? This corner one? Or that big corner one? That big Mama Jamma? The big Mama Jamma is a humongous one. If you were thinking about this one, that's a big Mama Jamma. We would definitely have to... That one won't go on there very nicely. Are you talking about this one? You like this corner piece? You like the smaller one better? But doesn't it look funny because it's supposed to be a corner, no? All right, so this one is 2100. Okay, pasta sauce. What you doing, loco? You don't think that looks funny? I think that looks funny, honey. I think that looks funny, honey. Hey, look at y'all. Look at my vision. Look at my vision. Look at my. Don't look at my vision. You don't ever want to be a part of what happens up here, cause whew, I feel sorry for me, and I'm up here. But look at my vision, y'all. Look at my vision. You see? It gives it like a little something, something, right? And then, hi, good looking. What'd you do to your hair? You got you a piece of cheese. You want a piece of cheese? Okay, you don't want a piece of cheese. All right then. And then we can have like, look it. We can have like some flowers or something coming out of there. I don't know. Why is the yellow just so big? Everything is so big. No, it didn't mirror. That's why it was kind of weird. Like it mirrors like this, right? But it will not mirror this way. Like it has to turn like that in order for it to do it, and I can't do it. That's too predictable with the small corners. Go with your first idea. Okay. All right. So then, I'm thinking we're gonna have to cut down some flowers or something or another, because I don't want to put I don't want to just put what's it call it. I don't want to put my garden whimsy all over it. I think it's too much. I just like the script on the top. I really just like the one statement piece. It might look funny, but maybe it'll all come together. I don't know. You know, not all of my ideas are the best. Actually, I would say 99.9% of the time they're not the best ideas. But, you know, sometimes I can get away with it. At least I tell myself that. I lie to myself often, though. I lie to myself a lot. Okay. So, also, we have trim. I don't want to do trim. I want to do statement pieces. I don't know if we're going to put these on the sides or if we might drop something else like those on the sides. We can figure that out. Now, for this, though, I am thinking. Oh, that blemish, though. Doggone it. I was going to just do like a wood stain on here, but that blemish is, well, that's okay, because we can still do the natural wood. Let the natural wood shine through. And then, all right. And then, what am I going to do with it, though? Is yellow too much? That's not true. You have amazing ideas. Hi, Celeste. Hi, Terry. You always, thanks. Y'all are so sweet. But it's okay. I'm honest with myself. All right. Should we do? I like the idea of keeping. I like the idea of keeping the stain, the wood. I don't know, these especially, they just have really pretty wood grain on here. So I don't want to go too crazy with the color. We can do something with the actual molds themselves. I think what we're going to do is we're going to use... I think we're just going to use the linen as a wash because we can always do something really pretty with the, like I have the fairy wings, I have green goblin, I have all of these really pretty greens that I have brought into the store that we can do on the molds to bring more color through. But I think for right now, we're just going to do a wash on here so that we can keep the wood grain. All right, let's move some of this so it doesn't all get waterlogged over here. Excuse me, coming through. Thank you kindly. All right, and then let's get my little, love the yellow. Put the transfers over. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do on this side. So, unfortunately, the wood's not perfect everywhere, right? Especially right there. So, I don't know what these little dirt marks are, but let's get some of that off. Okay, so we're just going to do a wash with the linen. Now, you can do this with any color you want. You can make a wood stain with anything. You can actually even use like the antiquing gels that we were using yesterday. You just want a lot of water. A lot of water. So you're going to put a lot of water down on wood again and then use a transfer. Yep. Yeah. Woo, your ideas. Okay, so linen is just in the impasto paint, and I am really watering that down because I want to use it as a wood stain. I do not want it to be opaque in any way. Every time I use a transfer, I use it on wood with a lot of water. All right, and then I am actually going to wet my wood. And we're just going to and if it doesn't stain it dark enough, we can always, do another stain over it, but we'll see. So it's not going to, the wood actually is, yeah, see that little boo-boo right there in the wood. I actually like that. It looks like a whitewash. It's actually pretty, but I don't know. Maybe we should do it a little darker. I don't know. I might not even wipe it back. Can you guys even tell? So that's the wood. And then that's with the linen wash on there. I'm actually I don't mind it, but I think it needs a little bit of color in there. Hi, Roxanne. Trees. You got a little bit impatient and wanted to move and groove, didn't ya? Tired and wanted to move and groove, huh? Okay, so this is the, this is called, no. I mean, I like that color, but I don't want that color. I want my vintage beige color. There we go. Oops, sorry, I didn't mean to punch you guys. My bad. So we're going to use a little bit of the vintage beige chalk paint. And we're going to, see, we're just going to add that to the wash that's already there. So the last thing I want to do is go too dark too fast. So we're just taking it easy. So I'm just adding the vintage beige chalk paint to the linen. And then we'll add some water and see if that gives us a little bit more of a... And again, the whole purpose of this is to see the wood through it. But I just want a little bit of color. All right, let's take it a little bit smaller patches this time, since this does have color. Okay, there we go. I like that. That will do it. Boo boo. He's got an owie there. Much better. Hi, Tina. Well, that's how I was the other day when I was like, oh, yeah, my back feels real good. Yeah. And then the next day, I was like, yeah, no. Okay, can you guys now see? So it just has that wash on there. So it's still light and we can still see the wood, but now we've got a little bit of the vintage. Hi, Phyllis. Phyllis, were you just on YouTube? Did I say hi or no? See, I like that a lot. Much better. But we know because of wood, it's going to soak up all of that paint, water. Just moving in smaller sections so that way I can control that a little bit better. Seeing that wood coming through just looks so pretty. I like it. I like it. Okay, let's not put it on the desk and get it all scratched up. Hi, Sandy Triplet. Okay. Hi, Phyllis. I feel like I say hi to you guys, and then I feel like I say hi to you guys again, and then I feel like sometimes you just don't say hi at all. But in my head, I feel like I've said hi. So it's very, like I said, you don't ever want to be in here. There's a lot of chaos going on in there. It's okay, Onyx. Don't scare me or anything. It's okay. Your dogs ever do that? You're not ready for it and they bark and then you just jump out of your skin? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Have you ever bleached wood? No, I have not. What is that about? Like, is it just as it sounds, bleaching it, or is there like a certain wood that you bleach? Yes, man. Onyx just Jack, not so much. I mean, sometimes. Don't get me wrong. Sometimes he'll bark out of nowhere. But I was gonna say Xena. Onyx is by far the ringleader when it comes to that stuff, and she will just out of nowhere, and it'll make me jump. And I don't like to be scared. Y'all, I really like that wash. Can you guys see? So the wood is coming through, but it's got that really pretty. I like it. I like it. I like it. Okay. On the top, we do need to paint it white though, because of the My Garden Whimsy. So don't mind that. Nothing to see here. Nothing to see here. See, I scared you too. That's what you get for scaring me all the time. You didn't like that, did ya? Scared you, didn't it? Troy boy, what are you doing? Are you trying to get to see your uncle? Huh, Pops? Okay, so let's take. What are you doing, love bug? Are you trying to see what Uncle's doing? I think he's outside with Mondo. Yes, just bleaching it to get the whitewash beachy look. Okay, I have 3, and yes, they scare me all the time. I know that I watch a lot of like furniture. You know, they do the furniture. I can't even think of what I'm trying to say. Anyways, they do furniture, and I know that I've heard her talk about bleaching it, but I don't know that I've ever really seen her do the whole process, because she's the one that I watch. She's always doing like more quick reels, so obviously everything is sped up. So I don't think I've really seen the actual process of it. And can you do that with any wood? Okay, so I'm going to make sure to get on the inside lip there. And more than likely, we will trim that. Please don't do that. Please don't do that. What are you doing with the rice? Isn't there rice already in there, Troy? Come. Come, come. Come, come. No, not go, go. Come, come. Oh, no, no. Here we go again with the rice. Oh, sucky, sucky now. Troy. Troy. Hi, Chihuahua. Calgon, take me away. Just kidding. Okay. Always when you are doing wood, you're gonna lift up those fibers. So we're gonna have to go over this with the 320 and knock those fibers down, especially up on this tissue box. You don't want a lot of little pokey fibers. Troy boy. And if you're wondering, I picked a smaller brush so that way I don't go over the edge and disturb the wash that's on the edge, because then that'll look really funny. Funny bunny. If you don't paint wood, the wood grain come through the paper. If you don't paint wood, the wood grain come through the paper. It may in like the darker areas. Oh, I holla falla. You wanted some rice. Okay. You did good, son. You know, but you've been into the rice making these last few days, whether the pot is clean or not. But that's, you know. And then Troy goes upstairs, and then Mom throws away the pot of rice so that he doesn't see that he made rice in the pot that wasn't yet clean. Because I don't want to, make him think he did something wrong. Because he didn't. He doesn't know. I would think probably in the darker spots it would come through, Mac. But with this paper, it probably wouldn't have looked bad, to be honest. Nothing to see here. Papas, please don't get the soy sauce. Okay. Bien. But you don't have a spoon, loco. How am I supposed to get that out? Am I supposed to put my hand in there? I need a spoon, my love. Yeah, you rubbing your head. I'm rubbing my head too. I need a spoon. How many crafters do you know have a plate of rice on their lap while they're crafting on a tissue box? Huh? Have I told you guys how much I appreciate y'all lately? Because I just love y'all. Yeah, that's the ticket. That's what I'm talking about. I need a spoon, my love. A spoon. Okay. Now you can take that back. There you go, baby. Oh. Right after you mess with Onyx. Okay. Yeah, only me. Only me. I know. Like I said, I love y'all. I don't know why you are here, but I love you. No peace and tranquility here. No peace and tranquility here. If you want your nerves all riled up and all the things, come watch Terry. All right, let's knock these. Let's knock the little fibers down. And I always say you're not trying to sand off a layer of wood. You're just literally going over that 1, 2, 1, 2. But in here I will, because in here they never really sand that smooth. So I will put a little bit more pressure in there. All right, now, yeah, it did. Okay, so I'm going to change that again because I don't want anything that was on there. And, oh, for the love of Bob. So we're just going to use another 320, and I put the 320s in here so I didn't have to get up and leave. Okay, pasta sauce, what are you doing with ketchup, my dear? Huh? All right, Troy. Here, baby. There's your little dish with your ketchup. I don't even want to know what you're doing with the ketchup, Troy. And I'm just going to go over that. And we want to make it nice and smooth. All right. Now it feels nice. Now it feels good. It's good. Okay. Let's get the little... What a coincidence. You have a plate of rice on your lap with what did you want? Real life, boo. And we love y'all. Troy! Stop! On it. Come. I cannot. He's sitting here looking at me, smiling when he's messing with her because he knows. Y'all is too much. Okay, can you come get your plate of rice off of my garden whimsy, please? Oh, Lordy be. Lordy be. All right, let's look real quick. I know that we did the wash over it, so we lightened it a bit. You can see it, Mac, in the light. Oh, I know. Oh my God. How did you reach this? How did you reach the soy sauce? It was so high. I cannot with you. Just do your thing, chicken wing. Oh my God. Oh, Lordy be. Where's the bottom? This is just too much chaos, even for me. Okay, here's this piece. I think it would have been pretty, actually, Mac. Look. I mean, given, it's not wet yet, so when we wet it with the 3D gloss gel, but I actually think that would have been, it would have been pretty to do it just on the wood. Can you guys hold on just a second? This is, go. Troy. Come on, son. Mama's got it. You're killing me, Smalls. Okay, can you get that out when it's done, Papas? Hi, Chihuahua. Troy, I'm sitting over here forever and ever, and you don't ever want nothing to do with me. I come live, and then you make me look like I... Okay. Anyways. All right. So, obviously, we're going to cut that midsection out. So, I'm thinking about kind of doing it like that because then we get the flowers and what's getting cut out isn't anything. You know what I mean? All right. So let's get the 3D gloss gel and a squeegee. And then actually, it's really pretty. Yes, spider monkey. I can only imagine what he did to get up there, because remember the last few times that he's gotten the soy sauce himself, it's been all soy, no rice. So I put it up higher. And obviously that didn't stop him. Is that going to be okay with that flour half on like that? Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. So I've talked about this before when we've done this. The tissue box has rounded corners. So it's not just a drop off right there. You can, whatever you prefer, you could kind of wrap the paper down the side of it a bit if you wanted to. All right. Let's stand up a little bit, because we do have some script over here. I don't want it to be so crooked. All right, let's pull that a bit. All right. And then I always just use the opposite side of the squeegee. I find that when you're using your felt side, you're going to get glue and ruin your felt. Oh, no, Catherine. Oh. I hope, please stay safe. Just, I hope it just passes through and... What is that now? Is that a hot dog rolled up in a paper towel? Is it a hot dog rolled up in a paper towel? It is a hot dog rolled up in a paper towel, y'all. I just cannot make this stuff up. I can't make this stuff up. He rolled it in the paper towel, y'all, so he could put it in the microwave. Because he's seen his Uncle Nick do that. That's why he needed the ketchup, Mom. That's why he needed the ketchup, Mom. And now he's yelling at you, Mom, because he can't work the microwave by himself. You need me to work the microwave for you? All right. Okay. I'm picking up what you're putting down now. I'm picking up what you're putting down. Hold on a minute. Hold on your shorts. It's okay, Troy. No worries. I'm just live. No problem. I'm just live. It's all right. No worries. Nothing to see here. No wonder. No wonder I go crazy every day. He knew why he needed ketchup, y'all. He knew why. Bet. He's going to want me to cut that hot dog for him next. Bet. Why do I do lives? So this one was, these are the new ones that Prima came out with. They're called Double Delights. So it comes with an A3 and it comes with a 19.5 by 30. So it's always had the big sheet in there. They just now added the A3, which I love the idea of that. I think that's a great idea. So we still have all of that paper left, plus an entire 19.5 by 30. I told you, he is bringing me a cutting board and the hot dog. I can't make this stuff up. Look. I want in the cuchara. I need a... No, you cannot get me a knife. Hold on. Hold on a minute. I got you. Hold on. Come on. Why don't you sit there and talk to your friends that you keep pulling me away from, making me look silly? Talk to them, Troy. Because you need to make them understand why I am walking away. Hey, here, son. Did you talk to them and tell them the antics that you have me doing? Did you tell them sorry? Or did you just smile at them like, uh-huh, she knows. Look at glass. I thought I got it all. Oh. Yeah, I should probably just sign off and just put y'all out of your misery. I'm so sorry. But honestly, this is nothing different than any other day, to be honest with you. So if you're new here or you just found me, I completely understand if you keep it moving. It's okay. It takes a special kind of person to tolerate my channel. I can't believe I almost told Troy to bring me a knife. What the heck? The Double Delights, although it doesn't feel like traditional rice paper, it comes off amazingly with your gator or your sandpaper, whatever you prefer to use. You don't have to cut it off with a blade or anything like that. It comes off just fine. I've got a lot of 3D gloss gel under there. You guys have probably heard me say it now a few times. I use the 3D gloss gel because I don't use as much 3D gloss gel as I would use with the decoupage varnishing glue. And then it doesn't make it so wet because you have to use so much product. But you guys can see it comes off very easily. I'm going to wipe off that 3D gloss gel, though, because I don't want it to mess up my stain. Yeah, it is. It's just a normal day. Uh-huh. Yep. Hi, Marilyn. It is. It's a normal day. Mm-hmm. Okay, so then at this point, you could go over it with your decoupage varnishing glue, Mod Podge, whatever you usually use with your rice paper. But you still want to go over your edges and get, because it doesn't have the fray necessarily as like the traditional rice paper, but it is, you can see there is a little bit of, you know, an edge there that's always going to need to be tacked down. So just to finish it off so it looks clean and not hang in there. Also, you want to make sure you tack it because, you know, I don't know about you, but if I see something like that, I will start messing with it until I actually pull it off. I don't know what kind of tick that is or why I do that. But yeah. Y'all, he wanted some hot dogs and rice, and he made his own plate. All right, so we've got our edges have glue. Now, same with my, I'm going to do that on my edging to make sure that it's all down. I mean, you could very well rub your finger on it, but I don't want a bunch of 3D gloss gel on my finger. I'd rather just get it on my squeegee and then wipe it off. Okay. One nice thing about this paper, other than like rice paper, is before you go in there and do any cutting, you would want this to be super dry if it was rice paper. But because of the texture of this paper, the way that this paper behaves, you can actually go in fairly quickly. You see? And cut it. Just make sure you've got a very sharp blade. It's okay. You and Troy make it fun to watch. You're just weird, Terry. I'm just weird. Well, that's one word for it. So you guys know, if this was traditional rice paper, there is no way in the world I would have done that soon. Especially without drying it. So, but the same thing now, you want to get in there on your edges, and I see something happening right here. So I'm going to wiggle some 3D gloss gel up in there and then squish it all back out so it goes down, and then, all right, let's not work backwards. Let's work this way. It's I don't work with a lot of yellows, but this paper it's really pretty. It's muted enough, but yet, you know, it just gives you that like spring summer vibe. All right, same thing. We're going to go in there. And get that edge down, because now this is where you're going to pull your gloves or Kleenex or baby wipes, whatever you're putting in there. So you really want to make sure that the paper is down there, because you don't want anything catching on that and the inside there. And then, of course, we're going to go back over that and glaze or gloss varnish that later as well. But, you know, you want to try to get it all down. All right. So that is that. Now let's look at our molds on the sides. Yeah, the colors are very different. Not really anything that I typically work with, the yellows, but I love it. It's actually super pretty. Okay, so on here, let's look. Actually, I'm going to keep that tipped up for a minute because we need to look at these. So we have that one. Where did the mate go? And there's the other one. And then let's just take this scrap and put it down here. All right. Don't panic. I'm just pulling colors. Don't start screaming at me yet. Okay. We know that that one is too green. This one is the rustic brown. I'm not mad at that at all because I don't know if you guys can see, like the reflex almost is reflecting. It has some greens in there. And also we kind of do need this over here because where's our color harmony at? There it is, right there at the top. So there's our hue harmonies right there. And look at that. Look at those colors as opposed to the colors that I pulled. This one is coming across really like almost a red, bright orange. It's not. It's closer to that. So I don't know why it's coming off like that. Well, I mean, I know why. I think we're going to use, so this one is Dragon's Eye. This is Rustic Brown. And I think for a little bit of kicks and giggles, we might mix in those two. I don't know. I kind of like that one out there too. Hold on a minute. Okay, let's take some of these out of the game. And then that actually is in line with our hue harmony. So, I don't know. I think we make it, the base of it, we make it maybe the rustic brown. And then bring in some of those. I don't know. What do y'all think? Hi, Karen. It's Garden Whimsy. The colors are different. What do you mean the colors are different? Okay, so I think we just have a little play with our little colors here, our little color palette, and see what happens. What happened was, oh, Troy left his new earbuds over here. You see how he's even here. And then on these sides, I don't know. We didn't decide. Is it going to be too much to put a little draping on the sides? This one is going to be too short, so we're going to need to use two on one side. Hi, Joanne. Starting to look autumn. I don't think so. It's not even close. Those are not even close to autumn colors. They're so bright. That's why I said when you look on the camera on the screen, it looks different. You're working with yellow embellishments today? Okay, let's pull out some brushes and see what happens. What are you guys thinking about the sides though? Because I think we're going to need to follow the same color palette with all of the molds. I have no strength in this hand, but I really think that this is tight. Stencil the sides. Ooh, we could do that. Mamma mia. Really? And that's how you will feel? Shimmy. That is just such a pretty brown. And it's got like a green reflect to it, which is really pretty. And then this you guys have already seen. This is the fairy wings, which is just that's just a freaking amazing color. Now, I actually do think we want to do a little pop of the gold amber, because that's just going to be a little different, but it's got a lot of pearl to it. And this one again is Tiger's Eye. And that one's gorgeous too. So we'll put, I think, Green Goblin aside for a minute. Yeah, that's Green Goblin. All right. We can definitely stencil the sides. We've got some gorgeous stencils that we could do on the side. That really hurt my thumb opening you. All right, let's work with some water if need be. Hi, Donna. Thank you. They are pretty, right? The colors are pretty. Okay, you know, waste not, want not. Let's. Where did we start? Oh, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Why haven't we used this brown before? Can you guys see that? Holy smoking olies. That's gorgeous. Guess you wouldn't guess what wax I used with that. Wow, that's pretty. I'm looking at this. I know. Jeez. You know, I mean, look at that. Seriously. Oh my goodness. We are definitely not mad at that. So right before I you know, blend the colors together, I'm just spritzing it with a little bit of water so that transition won't look crazy. Yes. I'm sorry. I didn't even know I was going to do an ombre until I opened up all the colors and wanted to use them all at once. But if we don't like it, we can always just paint, just paint it all one color. And you guys recognize we are not using black underneath any of these. So okay. Whoa! Do we like the tiger's eye here? Or do we think that the tiger's eye needs to... I guess I'm not mad at it. It is the lightest of all of them. Well, I'm upset because I'm pretty sure my husband would divorce me if I bought them. All right, then. Do we think that that needs to be replaced with the Green Goblin or nah? I will tell you is the tiger's eye back over onto the rustic brown is very pretty, but standing alone on the WoodUBend, it's very muted. Oh, thank you so much, Celeste. I appreciate that. All right, so this is our Green Goblin. And let's get... Nope, wrong kind. All right, let's get a little bit of our Green Goblin. Do we like that better? Ooh, no, we sure don't. Okay, now let's pretend that didn't happen. Oh, I like that better. What do you guys think? Hi, Nancy. Oh, I didn't see you say that, Ashley. Do we not like the green or do we like the green? Because I can take that green back down. So this is Tiger's Eye. This is one of the new ones, Gold Amber, Rustic Brown, Fairy Wings, and Green Goblin. Hi, Anna. So we like the green? All right, then. I'm kind of loving this, y'all. I don't know. What do you guys think? Whoa, no, don't do that because that'll mess up the ombre. Do we like that? And then let's look at our... Oh, I think that's going to look pretty cool. I don't know. What do you guys think? Oh my gosh. Oh. No, Brenda, these are the Finnabair paints that I have in my store. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Y'all. It's so pretty. Okay. I don't know if you guys, if that shine from the sparks really comes through, but it is so like, it's just so pretty. Oh my goodness, it's so pretty. Okay, and actually we're gonna have to open you because you are underneath that green goblin and I can see, and it's not going to match if we don't. Thank you. Okay. Let's just do one little spritzy spritz. And start with E. So I wasn't intending on doing an ombre, and I don't think I've done an ombre with you guys in a very long time. Oh, did I just do that? I did. But when I seen the colors, I wanted to use them all at one time. And I knew that was going to be an issue. So, well, I guess when you want to use them all at one time, you just blend them all together and then that'll work too. How many of you ombre or have tried to ombre? Typically, I'll be honest, you don't want to necessarily use so many colors. But obviously it's possible. Just make sure you know your color wheel. You don't want to make like, something real muddy. So just follow your color wheel. And there's really, you can't really go wrong. And you'll know when you got a good blend because it'll just be seamless and you're going to be like, yep, I just did that. Do you have? It's fun, yes? Okay, so the Green Goblin, underneath it initially had the tiger's eye. And in order for us to kind of get this same tone, we're going to need to follow the same thing. So I'm going to go in with the tiger's eye first. And then we'll go in with the Green Goblin. Yes, you sure can. Again, as long as you know your color wheel, you can just have a blending fest. It could be, you could just go crazy. When you first start out, though, I wouldn't suggest using so many colors because then you just, it gets to be overwhelming sometimes when you're trying to blend them. But when one marries right up into the other one and you just know it, you're like, oh yeah, okay. I like it. I like it. Aww. Yeah, I know it gets hard, especially when someone is that we're having to help somebody, but I firmly believe, you know, you need to make sure that you take some time for you, even as hard as that is, and take some time for you. Maybe get like a little sketchbook or a little something, you know, something small where even if you could, you know, what I used to do when I didn't have time was like the adult coloring books and stuff like that. Just take some time for you and to, you know, to do some type of crafting that will give you some peace and some much needed you time, because sometimes we forget about that when we're taking care of our loved ones. We forget about ourselves, and you know, our own health and our own well-being goes by the wayside because we're so worried about making sure they have everything they need. And we forget to eat. We forget, you know, we don't get enough sleep. We don't do our crafts, and you know, just so for your mental wellness. Try it. I know it's hard, but maybe try to take some time for yourself. What do we think? I am digging those. Let's dry them and get them on the box. What? What? How did that get on there? Green Goblin is on the box way over here. That Green Goblin was like, you need to use me. You're not going to use me. I'm going to throw a fit and jump right on your box. Look. Aw, thanks, Tanya. Sorry, Green Goblin, but you don't get to just show up and show out all by yourself now. Okay, so this side, remember, is the boo-boo side, so we need to cover that up with the transfers. And let's dry these up, which will also heat them. Get them heated up for us. Those are just gorgeous. Oh my gosh, I'm very happy with them. That's one way to use all the colors. Okay, I don't think I missed anything. Oh, I sure did. I was trying to be really careful. Okay. It's good. All right, now you guys can all go in the water. You will use a lot of brushes, though, when you are doing any ombre. Okay, so we're going to use our Type On Quick and Fix. Thank you, Elizabeth. I'm thinking I love those. All right. Let's get these. So you can use any good wood glue. You guys seen the other day on the cabinet, I used heavy body gel. You can use heavy body gel, Gorilla Glue, Type Bond Quick and Thick. The main thing WoodUBend doesn't want used is hot glue, and it's only because it doesn't sit flush. But you know, you got to do what you got to do. If you need a quick stick sometimes, you got to use Hot glue. Oh, come on. Look at the oh my gosh. Can you? Thank you, Terry, for your kindness. I do watch and listen to my favorite crafters, but I go into my craft room, turn around, and come back out. You'll get to it. Yeah, you will. You will. Terry, you emptied my cart. No, I didn't. I don't do anything to anybody's carts. Did you sign back in? Did you sign into your account, number one, when you were filling your cart? And if you did sign in, did you sign back in? Because if you don't sign in, it doesn't know where to save it. But I do not go in and that would be silly of me to go and empty somebody's cart now. I would never do that. I want your business. I don't want you to go away. Okay, so we're just going to get, now it's going on a flat piece, so I didn't heat it up, but once we get it down, God, Lord have mercy on me. You're ticking me off now. Fix you. You want to keep clogging on me. It's just a normal day. Just a normal day. Hi, Lori. You haven't done an account. Yep, that'll be the problem. You have to sign into your account so it knows to save where to save your cart. Because if you like exit out of your browser or you close your browser or whatever, it's not going to recognize. It doesn't know what, it may or may not. But if you have an account, it'll save. But yeah, I definitely wouldn't go and empty anybody's cart. Shoot, if I had access to carts, I might accidentally slip things in your cart. Ay, Chihuahua. What's a person got to do to get a little bit of glue around here? All right. And you can use your fingies if you want to. I just don't like all that stuff all over my fingies because I get enough stuff all over my fingies. Okie dokie, artichoke. We're going to put you there. We're going to put you butted up there. Oh, I don't know if we like that, though. I think that needs to be touching. There we go. That'll work. That works. And then let's get our silicone brush. Okay, Miss Linda. I gotta go do it all over again. You might find something better. Okay, and then we're gonna give it a little push. Whoosh. And I want that. And that. Flush. And then you can go in and get this however you want. If you want to go in with a wet brush or a silicone brush, just get it off, because although it dries clear, you don't want, because it'll just be a clear lump there, and you don't want that. Okay, so once we've got most all of it off, let's get a clean brush and then just clean off all of the surroundings. There's, again, on that wood, you're going to see all of that transparent glue. And it just doesn't look very nice. Y'all, I'm in love with that. I don't know, but I think that is, for as much chaos as we went through, I think it's pretty. Okay, so we're just gonna heat that up now and make sure that it's making good contact with the box. So now's your time if you need to adjust or move anything. Okay. That thing is pretty snazzy. Make sure anything else from squishing it. All right. Now we don't want to have done all of that work to get it all scuffed up. So let's turn her around. So now you guys tell me. I mean, it's going to have to go like that. Right? What do you guys think? So that's going to be the front, and then that's going to be the back. Yeah? I'm just going to put it on that same side, yeah? That's not a problem. Okay. Yeah, I mean, well, guess we can't change it, but okay. I was going to say, wait, I was using a brush. All right. Okie dokie, artichoke. So I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm going to make sure these two at the bottom touch and then rotate that back. Okay. And then let's give this a little clean. Actually, I try to remember to, just a side note, I try to remember to clean the glue off the excess like this before I dry it. Sometimes I forget because when you heat up the glue, then it doesn't come off as easily. I'm sure you guys probably could figure that out and don't need me to tell you. But sometimes I will forget and I'll just go to heat set it, and then the glue dries hard, or you know how it has the outer layer has that bubble on it, and it just makes it harder to clean off. So don't be like me. Did I convert you over, Ash? Okay, so we're going to heat set it after we clean off the excess glue so it doesn't get all stuck to the mold. All right, so now we're going to put our heat, and just don't forget, so you always want to heat your WoodUBend before and after. I see a lot of times that people will forget to heat it afterwards. Oh, I gotcha. No. So again, we're gonna give it a little push, and then go back again with our clean water because we smushed it down and get anything else out of there. See, I'm glad that we just did a wash of the paint on there, especially because of how like loud the piece is. Now it's not like so, it's not clashing against the piece or the paint from over here. Okay, so that's gorgeous. Okay, now I see what time it is. Very vibrant and beautiful. But tomorrow when we come back, well, what I will do right now with you guys is I'm going to put a little matte varnish. So this is the Bear. You guys already know. I don't need to tell you. I'm going to go in with a layer of the Bear varnish. And although, we haven't wet this for over an hour now, or almost almost 2 hours. I'm still going to tell you, if I try to rub these transfers on right now, we'll be here for another 2 hours with me trying to get one flower off. It would be a huge nightmare. Because I'm going to be rubbing, down past surface level, and it's bound to be wet down there. So I don't know why I'm doing it all over here, because it doesn't necessarily need to be. But you never know. We might stick a little bitty flower over here somewhere. On the sides, though, we're thinking the stencil. So tomorrow, I don't know. Did any of the stencils that we got today, did any of those look like they should be put on the sides? So we just now have a very light layer of matte varnish on there. I'm trying to think. Hold on. So these were the stencils. Not about that one. That just made me think of something. Hold on. And I do know that I am out of some of the Diva Design stencils, the new ones. I need a big order from her. So I'm waiting to, she's had ordered some for me. So I'm waiting for that to come in so I can replace the other ones. So if you are wanting a stencil that's out of stock, I would just tell you, if you put in there, sign up for when it's back. Because Mara is in California, so it only takes 2 days for it to come. And as soon as she tells me that the rest of my stuff is here, I'm going to place an order. I don't know. So this is her Hearts of Fire one. That might be pretty just to put that on there. So we can always do that. And then when I'm saying like to put that on there, by no means are we going to do anything bright. Because I think, you know, we're kind of in that muted palette thing, so we need to stay. That might be cool to put that in on there. Either one of them, actually. That one seems a little busy. That might be pretty cool to put that on there, and maybe like a couple of flowers in there. What do you mean damask has your heart? Like Mama's damask? Put Mama's damask on there? Is that what you mean, Ash? Like the Mama's damask? Like this one? You like that one? I think this almost looks like if we were to do that on there. Yeah, I think that one might be the one. I'm either thinking that one or the Hearts of Fire, like because that will obviously, this top half right here will take up that whole thing. So I'm thinking one of those two. We will definitely do that. And then I already am I'm pretty sure, you know, I have this drawer up here just for my Finnebear stuff. And what do you know? Look what I just found. How many days have I been looking for those? Oh my goodness. Jiminy Christmas. So what I want to put through the stencil is probably the golden dust. Because again, I don't want to make it like, oh my gosh, in your face type of thing. So I think the golden dust through the stencil, either one of these, and then without the hair though, less the hair. And then we do the little transfers, you know, have a couple of the little flowers from the yellow bliss, like, you know, like one of these little bunches or something like that. I don't think so. Do you? I don't know. Do you think it will? Because if it does, then we can always, you know, we can always pull something else too. So, all right. So, tomorrow we will finish the, look at that. Come on. Can you, now I'll show you up close with the ombre. And then obviously if you're kind of getting like a little top bottom, the green you have upside down looks amazing, pulling the green out the top. Yeah, the other one, this one too, right? So true emeralds or golden dust, we'll have to see which one, because I think it could handle, because of the way this is, you know what I'm saying? I think it could actually handle that, but we'll see. So tomorrow when we come back, we will finish the tissue box. Tomorrow is Friday, right? Yeah, so Friday. And then Saturday, we have Lindy Tate from Tater Buggin on Creative Hour. And then also, I will be doing the small business auction. So we'll have an auction going on all day long in the Crazy Crafting crew. So again, just double check to make sure you're in that group. It's a free group. But you have me wanting to pull a box and play with it tonight. Are you going to be on tonight? So I know. Thank you so much. Okay, everybody. If you're not following me on Telegram, make sure you get on Telegram. Just saying. Because tomorrow should be easy. But I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your day. I will be back here tomorrow, same time, same place. See you tomorrow. Bye.